Thank you for joining me today. This is our project today. It's an autumn centerpiece, an autumn table arrangement made with foam and boxwood and fresh flowers. And its purpose is for you to remove the flowers after your fall decor and put in flowers and embellishments for it to continue on through the winter and holiday season. I'm coming out into the garden right now. I have some of my tools at hand, and I'm going to be collecting some boxwood from these amazing boxwood trees that I grew from cuttings. We moved here January of 1996, and that very first year in the freezing cold, it was probably March or April, I was outside digging, and a piece of boxwood blew into the area where actually it hit me in the face, and I stuffed it in my pocket because I love the smell of boxwood. And later on that day, I broke it up into 5 pieces, and I tried to root those 5 pieces, and out of that, I got what amounts to these 3 pretty big shrubs. They're probably 8 feet tall, maybe even 9 feet tall, but they're a great source for cutting. They're very, very beautiful boxwood that I love to be able to use in my flower arranging, and boxwood is one of my favorite foliage plants for making arrangements in foam. So here I'm going to cut some now. And that should be enough. All right, I hope we have all of our necessary ingredients and tools at hand to make our project now. We've cut our foam, we've totally into the shapes that we want, and they don't have to be absolute cones. We just need a basic shape, and you'll see how it goes together. But we have a cone, and you can buy them already. They're pretty pricey, but you can buy Floral Oasis foam. Make sure you get the foam that's Oasis for wet work, not for dry work that will take water. And it's very, I'm not going to press hard in it, and it's almost addictive to push your fingers into this, but don't do it. some tools and some boxwood. This is only about half the amount of boxwood that I have. I like to have a generous amount. And I've got a couple of flowers, and I have some floral oasis glue, which this adhesive, which is what I'm gonna use in part. Oh, and I need a skewer. I have to get a skewer yet. And I'm pretty old school and conservative in my ways. And when I first was introduced a long, long time ago to floral adhesive glue, I was so against using glue in my work. But I have come to really love the things that this glue lets me do. And I use it to my advantage without prejudice or reservation anymore. So let's get started putting our project together. Alright, here, I got my sticks. First thing we're going to do is use this sheet plastic, which you can get by the yard at Walmart, actually. At least in the Walmart near my house, you can get this sheet plastic in different mills. Off what's hanging too far up. I don't want the plastic to show. I could have used a decorative liner with a print on it that I would want to show, but I'm making something here that I want to last through more than one season. So I don't want to add orange or yellow or red or green to the base, because I want it to match more than just Thanksgiving or Christmas. Push that all the way down. Now, you could use hot glue for this next step. If you know you're not going to move it, and it's for your own family use, you can just use the skewer, or you can use this amazing glue that I love. I get it from my wholesaler, but you might be able to find it online. Oasis floral adhesive. Now before I put this down, and I want to make sure it's not going to poke through all the way, I'm going to embed my skewer down all the way, and then I'm going to, as best as I can, slip this straight down. Now if it comes through, it's not terrible, we'll just cut it off, and it did come through, and it doesn't have to be too centered. That glue, when that dries, will hold that. But like I said, you could use hot glue. You could use more than one skewer. And if you were making this in a larger version, you would need more to make it secure. But I'm going to cut that off right there. Actually, I'm going to pull it up just a tiny bit. And cut it. And then I'm going to push it back down. And that won't show. Let's see how that's down in there. And that's awesome. The next thing we want to do is prep our greens. And I'm using boxwood from Grace Garden. And we want to have consistently sized pieces that are about 2 inches long and that have as many branchlets. Actually, it's the end of a branch. These are tips. We want to create tips. as much as possible. So we're just going to go through this pile and cut off some of these tips. Right, here is our prepared base, and I don't know, I doubt very much this is enough for what I need. But we're going to start with this, and then this is our decorations. So let's begin. Now I'm going to put this in the top here. Actually, I probably I want it to stick up a little bit. Okay, so we will. And this is the reason why it was good to do prep, to cut all your stems ahead of time. And we're just gonna spread these out. I think I got it pretty well covered. We want to make sure it's extra covered because the idea behind this particular design is that the decorative pieces can be changed out from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and the recipient will be, rearranging this, and I don't want them to have a lot of holes that they have to try to work around. So we're ready for the next step now. And I have these autumny colors. You can embellish this however you want. You could put fall leaves around the base of this, or mixed in. You could put little plastic acorns or real acorns that you wired and poked in there. You could put miniature fruits like tiny lady apples in this. And even if you did it with the fruit, you wouldn't have to change it for Christmas. It could stay that way. But I'm gonna put this little Happy Thanksgiving thing in the top of it. And I'm gonna try to make it really centered and careful, because when you change this over for Christmas, you're gonna want to put a star in there or some kind of finial perhaps for that. And I said something about thinking about a different kind of foliage in this, and this evergreen would look awesome sticking at the bottom all the way around, or sticking all through here, and it smells awesome. But that would, I'm just going to leave it this way. But that would be another example of an addition, something different you could do for this design. Or just leave it green. That would be an excellent centerpiece, maybe with some grapevine going around. Now I'm just going to put some flowers, some of these roses. Again, I'm going to put the bigger ones towards the bottom, the more open ones. And I don't have many. I have 3 stems. I have 2 stems of these little roses and 1 stem of these chrysanthemums. And that onto the back. Cutting the stems of the decorative flowers at around the same length as the foliage pieces that we made. All right, I'm gonna save a couple in case I have spaces I feel like I need to fill. Now I'm gonna put these in. Hypericum berries would be an awesome addition to this. Little bows, little tags with words on them like grateful and thankful, or the names of all the people that you love so much would be awesome on a hall table as people walk in your door for Thanksgiving.
Christmas tree, the leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, the leaves are so unchanging.
And you could just play around with this. I don't see that this feels like I need something, so
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, the leaves are so unchanged.
then you just go around and make sure it's the way you look. I'm probably gonna cut this off and glue one back to back. With my floral glue will work on that too. So I'm gonna make one pick out of what's sticking out the top there. But there it is. And I hope the recipient will enjoy this the way it is for Thanksgiving. And then be able to change it out. You could put red and white carnations in the place of all these flowers, and that would just take one bunch of little, or red carnations, and tuck in little sprigs of baby's breath in here. That would be awesome. Little Christmas balls too. But there's the basic design, and you can just take it how far you want to. A row of these going down the center of a long table would be amazing. So thank you for watching, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye now.